Hey everybody, today I'm going to be reviewing Ryobi's P3320 ONE+ 18 volt hybrid fan. Now what they're calling this is a dual power fan. And what that means is it will run off a standard 18 volt ONE+ battery pack, any of them, because they're all interchangeable. So whether you have a Ni-cad or a lithium ion, every one of the ONE+ batteries is going to power this fan. You can plug it right in the back. Now you have a cordless fan. But let's say you're using it in a stationary location all day, maybe on your desk at work or in front of your dog's crate. You can just unplug that battery, and then on the rear you can plug in a standard extension cord. So if you see those two little prongs, that's where a standard extension cord is going to plug in, and then you plug it in your wall and you have a now stationary corded fan. So you're not using up battery packs, you're not having to worry about recharging them, and the fan's going to work exactly the same way, and there will be no runtime issues because the power in the wall never goes out. And a few other things to point out: let's say you're camping, then you can have the cordless fan, or if you're moving it around a lot, that's where that cordless is going to come into play. But having that option, and it's up to you, really makes a big difference because you're not stuck to either the wall or using batteries. It's really the first time I've seen this. I first saw this fan at Home Depot about a month ago, and I was really impressed at the quality of it, the size of it, as well as the fact that it could take AC power, which is wall power, or DC power, which is the battery packs. I think that's a great design that Ryobi put into this, and it's been extremely handy when I've been using it. Now, where I've primarily been using this is in the garage. I'll work on cars when they come in right off the street, and I always have been using a box fan because underneath a car, you know, the engine, the exhaust, the tires are extremely hot, and all that heat will radiate off my body and off my face, and basically if I don't have air movement, it makes it miserable to work under there. So rather than use the box fan, I've been using the Ryobi hybrid fan, and the head on this is extremely positionable, so I can aim it exactly where I want it. And the battery runtime is excellent. Because I'm using the P108 4-amp-hour lithium batteries, it has the maximum amount of runtime. And I'm reading online that people are actually getting 16 hours of runtime on low and 7 hours of runtime on high using this battery pack. Next, I'm going to go over the features of this, and then we're going to see it actually being used. Now to go over some of the features of the fan itself, you'll see that sitting on a flat surface, you can basically aim the head wherever you would like. Whether that's straight ahead, slightly down at an angle, or even straight up, it'll do it. And basically all you need to do is hold on to the head and rotate it. But on the rear, they have this nice carrying handle. So you can see the recess right here. This is how you'll carry the fan around. And it only weighs a little more than 2 pounds, so anybody can carry this around. It's not heavy at all. This little red switch is the on-off rocker switch. And what that means is when the switch is in the middle position, it's off. And then when it's switched where it has one little bar, that's going to be low. And then if you push it to the other side where there's 2 bars, that's going to be high. So keeping it in the middle, I'm going to take a standard 18 volt ONE+ battery and plug the fan in. Now we have a cordless fan. So looking in the fan itself, I'm going to flip that switch to 1, which is the low setting. You can hear how quiet the fan is, and basically this is going to have the maximum amount of runtime because it's using the least amount of power. But if you need more airflow, we can bump that up to high. You can see that the sound does increase, but the air volume increases tremendously also. But let's say that you don't have a battery or you're keeping this in one location at all times. You can, instead of using one of the 18 volt ONE+ batteries, you can take a standard extension cord plugged into the wall and then plug it right in the back on those 2 little prongs. So now we're going to plug this in, and now we have a corded fan. So looking in the end now, we'll flip this to on, speed 1, exactly the same amount of airflow, same amount of sound, and now we'll flip it to speed 2, which is the high speed. So you can see that AC or DC power, whether that's plugged into the wall or using a battery, are both going to power this fan exactly the same way, and you're not going to have any performance issues whether you use one or the other. The only difference you're going to have is charging batteries or plugging in just the standard extension cord, and it's going to affect your runtime. So if you're using an extension cord, you will not have a runtime issue. If you're using a battery, it's just going to depend on which battery pack you're using. This is the P108 high capacity 4 amp hour lithium ion battery. So this is going to provide the maximum amount of runtime. But if you had an older Ni-cad battery, it's going to power the fan exactly the same way. Now on the base of the fan, you'll see this little fold down hook. And basically what that will allow you to do is turn the fan upside down and then hang it from this. I'm going to use this garage door track, and you can see it will hang right in place, and then you can position the fan where you want it. Just position it and then turn it on, and now you have a hanging cordless fan. So if you're working, let's say, on a car engine, you can hang this above your head and still stay cool. Okay, looking at the fan again, you can see the base. And on the base, there are other mounting options. So you can see there's 4 holes down here. So if you wanted to fasten this permanently to a surface, you could do that, whether that's on the wall, maybe on the ceiling, or on a bench or something. But what I'll use this for is to put 2 nails through these and then hang it on this door. Now I already put some finish nails right here and right here on the door itself. And what I'm going to do now is basically just hang this and it will hold it in place. So now I have a fan that's mounted on a flat vertical surface and it's not going anywhere. I can turn it on. You can see I have that nice breeze, and because it's so light, I don't have to worry about it falling off. So now you've seen the features of the hybrid fan itself as well as it being used. Now I gotta tell you, I really am impressed with this. I think it's an excellent value at only 40 bucks at Home Depot or the Home Depot online. And having that option of using a battery pack or just standard wall power really is a great selling point. I think that they did a great job with this fan, and I've had no problems out of it whatsoever. Now, a few other things I want to point out. Ryobi does have a 3-year warranty with this. So as long as you register it when you buy it, if anything breaks, they're going to cover that for you. And in the box is going to be the fan itself that does not come with any batteries or any chargers or an extension cord. So whatever you're going to need to power this, whether it's standard wall power or an 18 volt 1+ battery from one of your other tools, you're going to need to have that ahead of time because the fan ships as a bare tool itself. If you like this video, please click like. If you like my channel, please click subscribe. And thanks for watching.